Alright, so welcome back. Hopefully all of you guys are having a fabulous day here today. We are back on Ultra Rumble. We got some stuff to talk about here today. Again, we're still 17 days away from the anniversary update of MHA. Hoping for the best here. Hoping that it's a great update because it needs to save the game. Beyond that, we got some fun stuff to talk about here today because I wanted to go back on this topic here that was announced basically at the start of the game. And again, throughout the 1 year, almost 1 year now, I've covered this game. Literally, I guarantee you, I've had maybe 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 comments. If I search the word crossplay, it'll be like 20, 30 pages of just pure results of how many people asked me for crossplay. And it's getting 100 comments per page. So a lot of people have been begging and asking me like, oh, what's the update on crossplay? I thought I'd talk about one of the biggest features, again, the devs confirmed was in the works, but what happened to it? I want to give you a little bit of an update of what I think happened to it. Again, also just referring back to this topic that it was in the works, but what happened? Correct, what happened? So, let's hop into it. If you are new to the channel, like and subscribe, it helps out a ton. Let's hop over there and let's hope for the best here. Maybe it comes out for the Annie. Who knows? First, let's go down memory lane real quick. This was the video that I uploaded back then, for when it was first announced. I was like, we were super happy. This was like a very big confirmation, and the entire community was looking forward to this, right? So for me, it was like, we won. We literally won as a community, because again, it wasn't originally planned to be in the game. The devs heard our entire constant complaining, and they finally just decided to like speak on it. They released a tweet, which is what I covered in this video over here. And back then, we were super happy, right? And again, it's been how many months? 11 entire months here since this notice was made, that again they still haven't kind of responded or updated or said anything about it. So again, is it still in the pipeline? Well, that's what the whole point of the video is here. But first, let's go back to what it was exactly tweeted. They tweeted this: "Dear My Hero Ultra Rumble players, thank you for your active play and feedback. Your requests for features including crossplay and fixes for issues have been received by our development team, and we are taking them seriously. MHA, you are. Over here, we will continue to provide you with the latest information, so please keep an eye out as we share upcoming updates and fixes." Again, we haven't had a tweet like this in a very long time, if you look at it, right? At the start of the game, it was a very different Twitter account. They were constantly tweeting, constantly announcing stuff, constantly teasing stuff, constantly planning stuff, also updating us with like patch note fixes, constantly saying, okay, we haven't released the patch notes yet, but again, we're going to get a patch notes out soon. Here you go. They released like that yellow image, which would show off all the details of what they're planning on fixing and what's coming soon in the next update. Dude, it's changed. Things have changed. And again, the one thing that I wonder, again, with this, let me make this clear, correct? Crossplay, was it guaranteed to come out? Most likely because, remember, surprise, Dragon Ball The Breakers, the other thing again from Bandai, adds crossplay for Season 5. So again, we're at Season 7. They are at Season 5. They got crossplay. And again, this was ages ago. We are there now past, I don't even know what season they're in, but this was again February 2024 when they got it. Around the time, again, we had this announcement. We weren't knowledgeable of what Breakers got, I believe so. So again, we were waiting to see. Once that happened, we're like, okay. Again, that's what happened. When this got announced, we were like, okay, does that mean we're going to get it here in Ultra Rumble now? The answer was no, we never got it, right? But again, they did do it in other Bandai games. It's always been a sort of thing of if they do it elsewhere, they do it here, only in the context of content, which we don't get. But they did do it in, again, Breakers, the other Bandai game. So we were like, okay, that means we're guaranteed getting it. Now, after all this time, after 11 months, this was tweeted out on freaking October 6th, 2023. The devs have not made a single statement. They have not said anything additional. They have not even referred to crossplay being in production or being in, again, dev or whatever. As of right now, what I can simply tell you is the first anniversary will be the best time to release it. If it doesn't happen during the first anniversary, who knows when the hell it will happen or if it will ever happen. Remember, day one MHA Ultra Rumble is a very different MHA Ultra Rumble that you're playing today. Day one MHA Ultra Rumble did have about 10,000 to 20,000 concurrent players. It was a much bigger game. Now we've dwindled down to like barely 1,000 concurrent players. What happened was, it was a much different game back then. Maybe they were expecting much more success. That's why the crossplay feature was planned, but the success wasn't actually as much as they thought. And as the player numbers down, they just decided to scrap the feature entirely because what's the point of deving that or, you know, kind of doing that when the game is already dead as it is? Who knows if that was the case? I'm just talking in a negative aspect. The other aspect could just simply be they were waiting for the right time to implement it. They chose the first anniversary, or they just chose the later date, and that was the way to do it. Or they're trying to make like a big revive when the game does hit its lowest numbers, and the cross-play feature is the biggest revive. But again, it took 5 seasons for Breakers to get it. We're now, again, 6? We're 6 seasons in. This is the 7th season. So we're 7 seasons in. We're definitely bit extra versus Breakers, so I wonder what happened. Where's the disconnect there? Oh my god, not to be that guy, but I gotta do this real quick. I wanted to just verify the numbers because I know I was wrong. Like, there's no way it was 10,000, 20,000. I was trying to shoot low. It was 50,000, bro. We reached a peak of 46,000 on Steam charts, which is insanity. Since then, obviously, the numbers have dwindled very heavily, but it's 46,000, dude. 46,000 players what we once had. So, obviously, October was a big month for the game, the launch month. We definitely got down to a big fraction of what we once were. But maybe, again, they devved it at that point where they were like, okay, for this player pool, we got to do it. We have to. And since then, the player pool has completely dipped in a context, but again, the game is still doing good for what it is. You have to realize 2,000 concurrent is not actually that bad, or rather 2,000 peak, but concurrent of like basically again 1.4, 1.4, 1.2, 1.3. It's not bad. The game isn't dead, correct? So adding crossplay should still be a big core feature here, and it should be the devs' motive right now to do it. They need to freaking do it. So what I will say is, yes, different ball game back then, but I still think that it's I don't know. It would save the game. I would definitely see that these numbers here go up. Again, the only thing that I want is, if the devs were to add crossplay, you have to be able to allow a feature where you can disable crossplay if you don't want to play crossplay, correct? Because again, PC, I get it. I'm not insulting PC players. I understand how it works. It's very hack heavy, correct? A lot of players are hacking 24/7, and again, vice versa might be true. PC players don't want to deal with console aim assist, so again, they don't want to have to deal with crossplay. So if they were to add crossplay, you have to add a feature where I can disable crossplay if I don't want to run with PC players, or I don't want to get aim assisted to hell if I'm a PC player, correct? So again, simplest point is, hey devs, if you were to add crossplay, put a toggle in. Hey devs, crossplay is still needed. I think that you could increase the average player count here, because again, a lot of players were waiting for that. They dipped from the game until that would be added back, which it never got added back. But we will see if, again, that is a plan, if that is something the devs are working towards. As of right now, though, I'll make it clear, if they wanted to, again, they would have deleted the tweet. They did not delete the tweet. They left the tweet up. If they wanted to hide the evidence, like some dev companies do, they just get rid of the tweet. Tweet never existed. We don't have to give you the mode. It never existed. What are you talking about? The old crossplay? When the fudge did we say we're working on crossplay? In this context, I think that for the most part, the devs, again, haven't doubled back and taken away what they've said. They've left it up until this video makes them take down the tweet. Then we're dead. Then we're done for. And we know the answer right there. I got you the answer just by making this video. But for the most part, again, I think that after 1 year, it could be a great time to add crossplay. We'll see if that's a feature that they're adding in the anniversary. It would be the best time to announce it. Again, Season 5, they released some really big stuff during the season. I think it was one of the bigger seasons for Breakers. Again, I'm not like the biggest person to know about this, right? But I do think that it was a very big update for Breakers. So I think if they were to choose a big update, definitely 1 year after announcing it would be the big point. Again, it was a different ball game back then, so who knows why they said this, when they said this, what happened again after they said this. But I do think that again, they never doubled back, never removed it. So I think for the most part, we could see it in the future, and we could see it for the Annie. And if it's not during the Annie, I really don't know if they're gonna add it then, correct? Because again, you would do it during a time to revive the game, which if you think about it, like season 5 is like the technical halfway point, so like half Annie in a way. But I don't know, just my take on it. All right, take care, have fun. That's what I got for you here today. I just want to talk about this because again, a lot of players kept asking me. That's my take. That's what I think. That's an update on basically what's going on here. That's all I got for you. Take care, have fun.